Hello everyone, the reaction that we are going to learn today is nothing but a Bayes-Hillman reaction. Bayes-Hillman reaction. Now, in this reaction, we are going to talk about what is the significance of this reaction in the organic synthesis. What is the significance of this reaction in the organic synthesis? Let us first try to understand what this reaction exactly means. This reaction is nothing but the Lewis base catalyzed formation of allylic alcohols from aldehydes and alpha beta unsaturated carbonyls. That means your starting material in this reaction is going to be what? Aldehyde and alpha beta unsaturated carbonyls. Sometimes you can also call it as an activated alkene compound. An activated alkene compound. Why is it called activated alkene compound? That I will explain you later. Just before that, let us try to understand what is the reagent in this reaction. In this, the definition says it is nothing but a Lewis base catalyzed formation of allylic alcohol. That means the product in this reaction is going to be what? Your allylic alcohol, and this is nothing but your reagent. This is nothing but your reagent, and these are nothing but the starting materials, aldehydes and alpha beta unsaturated carbonyls. These are nothing but your starting materials. Sometimes you call alpha beta unsaturated carbonyls as an activated alkene compound. So your starting material will be what? It will be an aldehyde like this and an activated alkene. Why is it called activated? Because next to alkene group there is the presence of carbonyl like compound which is highly electron deficient. So it is called as an activated alkene compound, and the reagent in this case is nothing but the tertiary amine like DAPCO, and the product that we get in this reaction is nothing but allylic alcohol. The product we get is nothing but the allylic alcohol. And the full form of the DAPCO is nothing but 1,4-diaza bicyclo 2,2,2 octane. Okay, now so basically this reaction is nothing but it belongs to the class of coupling reaction. It belongs to the class of coupling reaction. Why coupling reaction? Because it is nothing but the reaction which gives us the carbon carbon coupling. In this case, what is the carbon carbon coupling? It couples the alpha carbon of alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound to that of the carbonyl carbon of an aldehyde. It couples alpha carbon of an alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl to that of the carbonyl carbon of your aldehyde. So there is a new bond formation between an alpha carbon of an alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound and the carbonyl carbon of the original aldehyde. So it is nothing the carbon single bond carbon bond formation reaction. So this is the reason why this is very important, very significant. It plays very significant role in the organic synthesis. Okay, now let us try to understand the mechanism of this reaction, because if you understand the mechanism, it will be very easy to you remember the reaction. Okay, so the first step is very crucial in this reaction. In first step, what happens? Tertiary amine your tertiary amine, that is DAPCO in this case, it acts as a nucleophile and it adds to your alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound in 1,4 fashion. It undergoes 1,4 addition, 1,4 addition to your activated alkene compound, and the addition will take place something like this. This nitrogen lone pair will attack this beta carbon this beta carbon so that what happens, the pi electron density between this alpha carbon and beta carbon will shift here in between carbonyl carbon and alpha carbon. At the same time, the electron density between carbon and oxygen will shift over the oxygen to give us an intermediate which will be looking something like which will be looking something like this. This is an intermediate that we are supposed to get after the reaction of DAPCO with your alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound or activated alkene. Okay, so in the next step, as soon as we get this intermediate, this intermediate reacts with the another mole. It reacts with the uh, 1 mole of your aldehyde which is present there. Now as we know, aldehyde is having this electrophilic center, electrophilic carbon present in it. So what happens, it is susceptible for the nucleophilic attack of the nucleophile. So in this case, this azainolate, this is nothing but the azainolate, this is azainolate. What will it do? It will attack this electron deficient carbonyl carbon in this fashion, in this fashion, so that we get this intermediate, we get this intermediate. Now in the next step is nothing but the proton transfer reaction and elimination, or elimination of your DAPCO reagent. Okay, so what will happen in this step, the sigma electron density between this hydrogen and this carbon, it will it will move here to form a new pi bond. Subsequently what happened, the sigma electron density between this carbon and nitrogen will shift here like this, and this sigma bond will be broken in this process. And in this process what will happen, once this sigma electron density between this hydrogen and carbon, once it shifts here, what will happen, this is nothing but your proton, this is nothing but your proton, that is H plus, and it will be picked up by this electronegative oxygen, that is oxygen carrying negative charge, so that there is a formation of the compound which will be looking like this is nothing but your allylic alcohol, this is nothing but your allylic alcohol, and this is nothing but the product of Bailey-Hillman reaction. This is nothing but the product of Bailey-Hillman reaction, which is nothing but an allylic alcohol. After the proton transfer we will get this product. Okay, now let us try to understand the examples of Bailey-Hillman reaction. The starting material here given is nothing but an activated alkene, an activated alkene, activated alkene, activated alkene, or you can say alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound, carbonyl carbonyl compound, alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound. This is nothing but, you just focus on the aldehyde part and neglect the rest of the part of this molecule. So this is of the interest whenever we are talking about the Bailey-Hillman reaction. This part is of interest to us. So this is nothing but an aldehyde, an aldehyde, an aldehyde. Now in presence of DAPCO, what will happen? I would suggest you pause the video for a second or two, and then try to guess and write down the product of this reaction on the plane of paper. Okay, so the product of this reaction is nothing but something like this. Now this part is of the interest to us because this is nothing but aldehyde carbonyl group, and this is nothing but your activated alkene or alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound. Because of this ester group, this bond gets activated, therefore it is called an activated alkene. Okay, so what will happen? So there is Bailey-Hillman is nothing but this reaction gives us the transformation of what aldehyde and activated alkene, and it couples these compounds in such a way that the beta the that the that that alpha carbon that the alpha carbon it gets coupled with the carbonyl carbon of your aldehyde, and there is the bond formation between alpha carbon of an alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound and carbonyl carbon of your aldehydes. Therefore this bond is shown in different color here, which is nothing but the new bond form, the new sigma bond form is represented with the orange color, therefore it. Okay, now let us try to understand the next example. The next example here is nothing but we are need to when we're talking about the Bailey-Hillman reaction, we need to understand our two starting materials. First one is nothing but your aldehyde. So you can clearly see here, this is nothing but your aldehyde part. Therefore, it is your starting material 1, which is nothing but an aldehyde, an aldehyde, an aldehyde. And next part is what? Alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound or activated alkene. So in presence of DAPCO, what will happen? Again pause the video and try to write down the product on the paper. Okay, so the product is nothing but something like this. The new bond form between the the alpha carbon of alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound and the carbon of an aldehyde is shown with the orange color. So this is the expected product. Let us move on to the next example. Here again you are supposed to understand what is the nature of your starting material. The first compound that you need to identify is nothing but an aldehyde. As you can clearly see here, this is nothing but the aldehyde part. Therefore, this is starting material 1, that is nothing but aldehyde, and this is nothing but the starting material 2, that is nothing but alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound. Now again you pause the video for a while and try to guess what would be the product in this case. Okay, so you will know that there is nothing but the formation of carbon-carbon single bond, coupling of carbon-carbon bond between an alpha carbon of alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound and that of the carbonyl carbon of the aldehyde. Therefore, the product is nothing but like this, where you can see this is nothing but the alpha carbon of alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound, and this is nothing but the carbonyl carbon of your original aldehyde. So there is a new bond form, the new sigma bond form between these two carbons. Okay, so this is the expected product. Okay, and the overall product is nothing but an allylic alcohol, allylic alcohol, allylic alcohol. So this is nothing but the allylic alcohol functional group, allylic alcohol functional group that we are getting. Okay, now let's move on to the next example. The next example is nothing but this. So where again here you are supposed to identify, again here you are supposed to identify, again here you are supposed to identify your carbonyl compound here. What is your carbonyl group here? Carbonyl compound here is nothing but, your carbonyl group here is nothing but this. This is an aldehyde, and again here your alpha beta unsaturated ester, it is there, right? It is nothing but alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound, because here is the carbonyl group present. Okay, so you can also call this an activated alkene. So what happens, as we know, whenever we hear the Bailey-Hillman reaction, Bailey-Hillman reaction, Bailey-Hillman reaction, what comes to our mind? It is nothing but the carbon-carbon coupling reaction, carbon-carbon coupling reaction between an aldehyde, between an aldehyde and that of alpha beta unsaturated or an activated alkene, activated alkene. So the expected product is something like this, where you can see there is a bond formation between an alpha carbon and that of the carbonyl carbon of original aldehyde. Okay, let's move on to the next example. In next example, it's bit quite tricky, since it is the further advancement of the Bailey-Hillman reaction, where your starting material is somewhat different than what is expected, because you expect what? Presence of an aldehyde, and alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl group, but here in spite of carbonyl there is a aza functional group. So it does not mean that it will not give. What is the next requirement that we talk about? We talk about an activated alkene. So though our compound is not alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound, it is definitely an activated alkene. Why? Because with respect to this alkene functional group, there is a activating group in the form of aza group. So it is, we can say it is an activated alkene group. That is the reason this compound can undergo Baylis-Hillman reaction, which will give us carbon-carbon bond coupling between an alpha carbon of this alpha beta unsaturated compound and between the carbonyl carbon of your aldehyde. So the expected product here in this case is nothing but, here in this case is nothing but something like this, where we can see that this is nothing but your alpha carbon, this is nothing but your beta carbon, alpha beta unsaturated compound, and and the 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 carbon here is the coupling between this alpha carbon and the carbonyl carbon of the original aldehyde. So this is what is the expected product that we are getting, which is nothing but an formation of an and allylic alcohol. Thank you.